Okay, y'all, so this has easily become one of our favorite summertime snacks this year. We make a little cream cheese spread. I just add a block of cream cheese to my stand mixer, a little bit of olive oil to thin it out a little bit, and then some Italian seasoning and some seasoned salt. Just took a baguette, sliced it, added a little bit of olive oil. Y'all ignore the vacuum rolling around. We have made this several times. I think the first time we made it was around Easter, so in the spring actually. And it was such a cute little Easter appetizer, and now we just like it for snacking on. But you take your bread, you spread your mixture on it. You just take some chives and lay them down. You just make your petals. Then you just take your tomatoes, and I love these because they are all these different colors. You just slice them right through the top. These longer ones are the ones that make the prettier little tulips. And just like that, you have super cute little tulip snack. And they are so delicious. And if you're like me, I just keep slicing tomatoes and adding them as I bite them off. Alright y'all, so we're going to get dinner on so that while we're working outside today, it's all cooking and we have stuff ready for when we come in and get showered up and ready for church. So we're trying a new recipe, and it is slow cooker beef ramen. So I know so many of y'all have a fit when we use our ground beef that we process ourselves, because you think that it has such, or I don't know what you think, but we get a lot of comments about the fat content and stuff. But we are using 1 pound of ground beef. Use whatever kind you like, but ours is, like I said, some we've processed ourselves. It's still a little frozen in some parts, but we're going to brown this up. So I have it in my Ninja Foodie, my new one, yes. But we're just going to brown it on the sear saute function, and then that way I can just drain whatever fat is down in here and move straight into slow cooker function. Okay y'all, and this is why I don't take much stock in a lot of those comments that tell me that my meat looks too fatty, because when I have no veggies in it that are creating a lot of liquid coming off of them, look at the bottom of my pan. There is very little grease coming off of this meat, and I have not drained or done the paper towel method, none of that. So I don't let those bother me. They just are what they are. But I'm going to switch my Ninja to slow cooker function, and we need it on high. Now I am veering from the recipe I found online because I want to amp up the veggies in this, because we definitely need it. I know, especially myself, I need some extra veggies in my diet. So these mushrooms were not in the original recipe, and I will link the original recipe down below. But I'm adding 8 ounces of white button mushrooms that I've sliced. The recipe also calls for 1 cup of grated carrot, so I'm just going to grate 2 large carrots down into my pot. Next up, we're adding 3 chopped green onions, the greens and the whites. Next up, we're adding 1 diced bell pepper. I'm using green because that's what I have, but with the colors that are going in, I mean, we could definitely use some yellow or red, but I think we have plenty of sweetness from that carrot, so I don't think it'll be too bad with the green. Okay, now that our veggies are all in, we're going to give it a good stir. I may even add broccoli at the end, just because that's something that we like with this style of dish. So, I mean, we just love broccoli in general. But get all of our veggies mixed together. Now we're going to add our seasonings, our sauces, kind of stuff. So we need about 3 cloves of garlic, half a cup of soy sauce. I'm using low sodium. You can use whatever you choose, but just be careful with that salt content. A couple tablespoons of brown sugar, and 1 can of beef broth or chicken broth. I'm using my beef base, so I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons worth of the base mixture. Like I said, the recipe says you can do chicken or beef, but since we are cooking with beef, I wanted to stay in that same flavor. The water. So I know 1 can of broth is not 2 full cups, but I'm okay, especially with the amount of veggies I added, I'm okay if there's some extra liquid. Honestly, I would have expected there would be more liquid than this. Ooh, it smells so good though. And that's it. I'm just getting all of the seasonings and everything mixed all around. Got it cooking on high. We're going to leave it for about 3 hours. Then we'll come back and put the ramen noodles in. It will be done. So this is definitely not going to be like a soupy ramen. It's going to be more like a noodle dish in my mind. We're going to close this lid and let it cook. Alright y'all, so it's been about 3 hours. We're going to give this another good stir. It's created a lot of liquid. But we're going to pour in our ramen noodles. Now we've taken out the little packets, but, well, don't drop the whole package in there. But we're going to add in our 2 packages of ramen noodles, kind of break them apart. Just drop them in. Alright, so now that these are nice and covered, we're just going to close it and let it do its thing for about another 30 or so minutes. I'm giving myself an hour just because sometimes these slow cooker recipes don't always go like you think. So I'm going to give it at least 30 minutes and we'll check it and then we'll go from there. So it's been 30 minutes. The noodles look good. It's absorbed all of that juice. Oh my goodness, it smells really good. We have a ton of veggies in this. And that little bit of beef looks like it went a long way too. I'm going to add in some extra parsley just to make it pretty. Some green onions and some sesame seeds. So most importantly, let's see how it tastes. So it's really good, has really good flavor. It is a little bit salty. I think that we could have probably decreased some of the soy sauce even. But it could be because I used the beef base also, but this is really good. I might add some broccoli in it just to pull away from some of that salt. But it's cooked perfectly. I think if I had let the noodles go for that full hour that I was kind of thinking, they would be way overdone. Winner, winner, ramen dinner.